Hey guys, real quick video, and I promise it's a quick one. I'll try not to ramble. This is the motor for Billy James. You can see I got it cleaned up and painted. Now I'm taking it apart. I'm gonna put the gaskets on it so you can kind of see the new gaskets. If somebody's looking just truck to buy it, they can look down there and see that, you know, it's got all new gaskets and stuff on it instead of just spraying orange paint over them. Still got to do the front timing chain cover and seal. But anyway, rear main seal. Of course, you're going to remove your oil pan. You can see my kiddie pool here. This thing's real handy. It keeps my floor clean. So you can make fun of me if you want, but this thing's like $8 at the dollar store, and I've had this for a long time. So anyway, there's the oil pan. Of course, that oil pan's just freshly painted. I'll clean that back up. Remove your oil pan. Remove your oil pump. And you've got a, I'm sorry, I got a little lost there. I had a bee kind of swarming around my head. But this is your rear main seal. So you remove your cap if you've got a 4-bolt main motor. Your inner bolts are 70 foot-pounds. When you go to put all this back together, your inner bolts are 70 foot-pounds. I think your outers are 65. Google that, make sure that's right. Don't do anything on my behalf. I'm just showing you how I do it. You'll see this rear main seals overlap. This is what I call overlapping. I've got the one in the engine kind of sticking out on the other side where this one's down in the main cap, and I'll put a little bit of silicone on each end just to make sure this thing seals off good, doesn't give any issues. And so that's what I do. You don't have to do that. You can do it just like that if you want to. Again, totally up to you. This is just how I do it. I just want to show you how I do it, and you can take that for what it's worth. So anyways, overlapping, put your little silicone on each end, stick that thing back up in there. Now when you get the rear main seal out of the block, you can take a little screwdriver, a pick or something, just roll that thing out. Sometimes if it's an old one, it can kind of give you a little bit of trouble. They get, you know, brittle and dry rotted, and they're kind of hard to get out. But this one had a fairly new rear main seal in it. This was the one off the main cap. Real good and soft. There was nothing in the world wrong with this one, but I didn't know that. So I think this rear main seal was maybe $10 at AutoZone. Of course, that's under commercial stuff, so maybe, I don't know, 15 or so. But anyway, I'll put this, again, just a little bit of silicone on this end and the end sticking out of the motor, and stick that up in there. And it will go in there. I could stick this in there and pull it back off and show you that that's not going to roll around, but I don't want to make a mess with the silicone once I put it on there. So I'll stick that on there. Again, torque your bolts, 70 foot-pounds on these inner ones. You got a 4-bolt main, 65 on the outers. This is a 2-bolt main motor. But anyway, again, check your specs. Google it, look in a book, whatever. Again, don't do anything that I'm telling you to do. I'm just showing you how I do it. This is just for entertainment. So that's how I do it. Put that back in there. Of course, inspect your main bearings. Jimmy's or Primer's best main bearing looks good. So we're going to put that back in there. Put the torque the main cap. Put the oil pump back on. Torque the oil pump, and then we'll go to the timing chain cover and seal. Get that on. I've got to clean all this old cork gasket off. People get real stupid with silicone, and it makes a mess. So I've got to get all that junk cleaned off. Get it cleaned off the oil pan. Get the oil pan back on it, and then move up here, valve cover gaskets, intake gaskets, all that good stuff. Wipe the motor back off and touch it up a little bit, and get the transmission seal put in, the torque converter seal, and bolt them together. And hopefully tomorrow I'll get his motor, transmission, everything pulled out. It's pretty much ready to come out. I don't like much getting it out. And then slide this one back in, and hopefully fire this thing up tomorrow in that truck with mufflers on it. And I'm real confident in this motor. I think it's a good one. So anyway, just wanted to show y'all the rear main seal. Now, if you want to look at how I've got that groove, see that groove? It's going toward your main bearing. You've got that main bearing nasty. I got to clean that up before I put it back in. You don't want any dirt or anything on this. So I'll clean that up good with a good rag, and I always put brake-in oil back on these main caps once I clean them. It's not a bad idea to do it. If you just want to rub some motor oil on it, that'll be fine. But again, entertainment. You do what the book tells you to do. Google, whatever. You can see here, this is kind of the finish that's on these main bearings when they're new. This one, of course, it's got a little wire on it, but that's okay. Anyway, there's your groove. That goes toward the front of the motor. Right there. All right, guys, let's get this thing put back together. See if I can get this thing resealed today. That way when I get out here tomorrow, all I got to do is bolt it together and pull the motor transmission out, put this one and that transmission in, and like I said, hopefully, fingers crossed, get that thing fired up tomorrow, get it done, and get it back to primer as best. Y'all have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. I check the comments when I can. I'm real busy, so a lot of times it takes me a little while to get back to them, but if I can help you, I will. So if you got any questions, comment, and I will try to reply. Have a good one. Catch you on the next one.